Pain forces you to grow. Pain forces you to learn. Pain forces you to identify what you're dealing with. See, this was where depression comes to play because we don't know how to accept what's wrong with us because we don't know how to identify it. We don't know how to communicate it. We don't know how to walk along the process of healing because it's been suppressed our entire life. We've been running from it our entire life. We've been shying away from our entire life because we didn't think it was important. We didn't think it's a vital explanation to why we're feeling some type of way. See, like when life hit, it really hits. But as it's hitting us, it's knocking us down. But it's not as it's knocking us down, we have a choice to either stay on the ground or get back up. I've learned the best way to grow is to figure out yourself and figure out why you're doing things. Pain is what it was what helped me walk along my process, walk along my path, walk along my purpose. Because if I didn't experience this type of pain, I wouldn't know what I'd be doing right now. When there's a something traumatic that just happened, now we have to dwell in the moment, understand why did this happen. We have to put all the pieces to the puzzle to say what happened here, what caused this to happen. My divorce caused my pain. My divorce not only caused my pain, but it taught me more about myself. And when it taught me more about myself, it showed me what my purpose was. My purpose is to educate the masses to have faith, confidence, and to be persistent along the journey. But we can't do that if we don't understand or even walk through the process of hurting or healing and dwelling in the process. When I was younger, my mom, I was raised by a single mom. She raised three boys by herself. Did a phenomenal job, amazing job. The biggest thing that she taught us what to do as a young boy was to suppress our emotions, was to suppress everything that we're dealing with, was to suppress how to communicate our emotions. It wasn't normal. It wasn't normal because as a mom, as a single mom, she wanted to instill the confidence in us and to say you are a boy, you are a man. You're not supposed to be crying. You're not supposed to be expressing yourself. You're not supposed to be doing that. You're not supposed to be doing this. Why can't we not do it? But as we're growing up and developing life, emotions is a daily thing. It's something that you really can't get rid of. And here's why. It's like you want to get rid of your happiness. You can't get rid of your happiness because it's an internal emotion that gets exuded, that gets shown. But see, here's the thing about life: we're often worried about the happiness rather than the bad because the bad is so hard to accept. My pain, my divorce, it really put me through something because I had to learn how to work on myself and be in tune and intentional with myself. See, pain doesn't happen for no particular reason. Absolutely not. Pain happens because we're not ready to accept it. Right? I wasn't ready to accept my divorce. I wasn't ready to go through the process. I wasn't ready to be separated from my ex-wife. But I know it. I needed. I know it happened for some reason. As I was growing up, my communication skills was not that well. Not only was it not that well, I didn't know how to communicate my emotions. I didn't know how to communicate and say this is what's wrong with me, and you really hurt my feelings because I didn't want to be judged. I didn't want to not be understood because I said something and you made me feel some type of way, and now I'm the victim. Now I'm the bad guy because I feel some type of way. But we wasn't taught that it's okay to have emotions to learn how to work with them. My divorce taught me pain is the best lesson. It's the best lesson because the second we go through it is the second we start to learn more about everything that's been hiding from us our entire life. Our entire life. When I came into my relationship, I didn't understand the dynamic of a relationship. It wasn't taught to me. It wasn't shown to me. I didn't understand it. So now, as I go through the process and the phase, I'm trying to figure everything out. I understand the relationship is going to be hard, but if this person hasn't healed, hasn't grown, hasn't found themselves, it's going to be a lot of trials and errors. It's going to be trials and errors regardless of the fact, but it's not the foundation is not going to be built. The first thing that my relationship taught me was to have faith. Was to have faith. My well, at and my relationship taught me. So once we went our separate ways, as we was going through the process of going our separate ways, things was bad, things was hard. My divorce was, it didn't end the way that I would hope it to end, but it ended the way it ended. So now there's no other option for me what to do. So now as I'm trying to figure out why did this happen, why did it happen to me? I thought I was a good guy. I thought I was caring and loving. I thought I was doing everything right. I started putting blame on myself and start trying to find an answer for an answer that's not there. A lot of times, identifying why is not always the best solution. Here's why: because we have to learn what we've done wrong. I had to learn what I've done wrong in order to say this is why our relationship ended. I wasn't looking to point the blame at anybody. I wasn't looking to point the blame at anybody minus myself, because I understood that it takes two to tango. It takes two to dance. It takes two to mess up a relationship. And it's not just one person. So as much as we want to blame the other person for what has happened, what role did I play? What role did I play? The role that I played was not knowing how to communicate with my emotions. The role that I played was not loving myself. The role that I played was losing my identity and just being not being present in the moment. See, faith is a strong word, because how you supposed to know good is coming from this bad situation? How you supposed to know that everything that's happening for you, I'm sorry, everything that's happening to you is happening for you? How you supposed to know this? How you supposed to know everything that you have dealt with over life that is going to be okay? How you supposed to develop this type of faith? I've learned the best way to go through life is to believe that good would happen. It's to attract the type of life and interaction that you want to have with people. See, here's the thing about faith: it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be daunting. It's going to be scary. It's going to be overwhelming, because now we have to put our faith, our belief in something that's not there. About something not being there, I'm talking about the unknown. The unknown is presented because we want the answer to everything. Why? What happened if we do this? Like, what if we actually try and do it? Then what happens? The unknown will always be unknown. It's just up to us to believe that good will come from this. The next thing I learned from our breakup slash relationship was to have confidence. Okay. Confidence, not in a cocky manner. No, absolutely not. Not in a cocky manner. Confidence saying that you have belief within yourself and everything that you're doing. Because you, at this point, you're not doing it for the other person. You're doing it for yourself. As you're doing it for yourself, you start to figure out what's working, what's not working. So confidence is something when it gets exuded when you believe so hard in yourself. When you believe whatever is going to happen, you have faith. Again, to back to number one, you have faith that it's going to work out. So not only are you confident in your ability, you're confident in the outcome that's going to be created for yourself. When I went through my divorce, I didn't understand what confidence was. I heard it, I listened to it, I saw it, but I didn't understand for myself. How can I create that type of confidence, type of belief within myself if I don't even understand it? So it took me pain, it took me trial, it took me error, it took me time to identify what true confidence really is. So as I'm doing this, I start to learn about myself. I start to learn what I'm good at, what I'm bad at, what I want to try, what I'm not willing to try, what I want to do, what I not want to do. How can I have fun? How can I be present in the moment with myself? How can I date myself? Rather than trying to get to know the next person, how can I know myself? Because I know myself. So confidence comes from knowing who you are as an individual. As an individual, all attributes that you can acquire. What are you good at? What are you bad at? How do you identify yourself? What are you working towards? What is your ability? What is your skills? What are you bad at? See, confidence it's understanding that you under that confidence is understanding that you value yourself to the utmost. Mind you, it's not cockiness, it's confidence, because if you don't believe in yourself, if I don't believe in myself, who's going to believe in me? Right? The last thing that the voice has taught me was to be persistent along the journey. Be persistent along the journey. Here's the thing about understanding that time is the essence of life. I was sick a couple months ago, and when I got sick, I felt myself getting underneath the weather. As I'm feeling myself getting sick, I start to feel like I need to take some medicine. I need to start taking the proper medication. So I went to the store and bought a case of orange juice, six case of orange juice, little small, but 12-ounce drinks. Mind you, if you read the label, it has 46 grams of sugar in one bottle. 46 grams of sugar in one bottle. It has great vitamin C. However, 46 grams of sugar is a lot. Okay. I drank 4 of them in one day because I knew I was getting sick. When I drank 4 of them in one day, I felt horrible the next day. I felt horrible the rest of the week because I tried to rush the healing process of the pain, of the sickness. And see, that's what we do as human beings. We try to rush what we're going through in order to overcome this and not deal with it anymore. The best lesson comes from when we dwell in the moment, when we sit in the misery and identify what is wrong with us and identify this is what happened and this is how I can overcome it. It doesn't happen when we neglect everything that we dealt with because we want to shy away from pain, want to run from it. But the second I start to accept the pain, I have to understand I began to grow. Not only did I grow, I developed a new identity. I was able to find my purpose, to find why I'm doing things, to find how can I actually bring value to people. And here's how. Because I have faith, I have confidence, and I'm persistent along the journey. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be hard. But the thing about life is that you get what you put out of it. So if I'm putting my all in, I know I'm going to get their all. Well, if I put my all, I know all is going to get back to me. I can't shortcut life. There's no shortcut in life. There's no shortcut to success. There's no shortcut to healing. Rather than accepting your trauma, I know I can't have a relationship with my dad. I know it. I accept it. I know me and my ex-wife can't have a relationship. I know it. I accept it. We have to start accepting things what is in front of us rather than the potential. Because here's what's happening. The potential is slowly destroying us mentally. Right? You have more control over yourself. You have more belief within yourself. You have more time than you think. But you have to believe that everything that you're doing is going to work out for the better. Everything that you're doing is going to work out for you. Everything that you're doing is going to work out to identify a new, unique identity for yourself. So don't be afraid of pain. Understand, pain is the best lesson. Pain is the best lesson because the second we go through pain is the second we start to identify and start healing. If you all want to get in contact with me, to work with me, to speak with me more, please go to Terrell Humphrey. That's Terryl Humphrey HUMPHREY.com. Or you can find me on all social media platforms at Terrell Humphrey, TERRYL, Humphrey, HUMPHREY. What I do is that I offer services to find yourself, to find your identity, to heal. That I give strategies and techniques to say, I hear your story, and I give you specific strategies for your own story. So if you would like to work with me, hit me up down there, and I look forward to working with you pretty soon.